Good morning, everyone. I'm here in Japan. I'm about to start my speaking practice, my daily speaking practice. The weather today is sunny and it's gonna be very, very hot. And we have to make sure that we want to get sunstroke. I got a notification from somewhere on my phone. It was probably from Yahoo Japan, I guess. I always get information from Japan about the weather or other things that I'm interested in. I have said it myself. How can I explain this in English? I set the notification myself, and when I set the notification myself, I probably chose some subjects that I was interested in back then, and weather was one of them. So that is why they try to give me information about weather daily, but sometimes it's useful. Sometimes it can be useful, but sometimes it can be annoying depending on my mood, depending on how busy I am, depending on, mainly my mood, I guess, because my mood swings so much. I've been working on this problem for such a long time, and just recently I began to find some very useful YouTubers that teach how to make your life happy. Is it okay for me to use this word happy to describe about life? I once told one of my teachers who taught English at one of my English conversation schools or places that you shouldn't use happy for things because things cannot be happy, right? Things can't feel things. That is why this word happy can be used only for people. Is it true? But sometimes I remember I heard somewhere people say something like your happy life or something like that. It doesn't sound very unusual to me, partly because I'm not a native English speaker, and native English speaker or English native speaker. This is kind of very confusing to me all the time. And just recently I happened to hit this idea. Why not I put native or non-native in the beginning on top? Because whether or not you are native or not, you can be an English speaker, right? Then English speaker should come later because the most important part comes at the beginning, right? In such a case, I think that me saying native English speaker or non-native English speaker is more natural, probably. And this is how I memorize this, because every time I try to use this expression, I tend to forget which is more correct. Whether it's correct or not is not the biggest issue, I guess. Information you're trying to give people or you're trying to express is the most important, I guess. Still, English is not my mother tongue, and I learned it. I learned it really hard when I was 28. So that is why, and I only studied English in textbooks mainly, These days, I try to watch many natural materials like where native or non-native English speakers speak English. Yeah, that is why. And I began to find more and more influential people, great people for my language learning when it comes to English, because it seems like I only study English. Not study, actually. I only expose myself to English. Where is my Spanish go? No. This sentence is wrong, right? Where did my Spanish go? Where did my Spanish go? Actually, I almost never spend my time on listening to Spanish these days. At least the past several days. And I don't think it's good, because listening to your target language should come first. But instead, I try to read some Spanish in textbook. Oh, again, textbook, right? I don't think this is the best solution, best strategy to improve your target language by reading. Reading is very important. Yes, I know. And I was talking about Steve Kaufman in yesterday's video. And he said that he find reading the most important way of make you acquire your target language. But he also says that listening is also very important. I think both are very important. I should do both if I want to acquire Spanish as quickly as possible and in the most natural way. I should listen to as much natural Spanish as I can. Okay, and I began to find more and more influential people on YouTube, only on YouTube, because YouTube is the only internet, I don't know how to call it. I forgot the word. Let's see. I'm trying to recall it. Platform, right? I can use to expose myself to either English or even both English and Spanish. Both are my foreign languages, my main target languages at the moment. I used to learn Chinese too, but I gave it up because I don't know why. I got stuck. I lost interest. I was interested enough, but my interest didn't, lost. I lost interest because I became impatient. I couldn't wait until I began to feel comfortable about the language. So that is why. It happens to me very, very often because my mood changes very often, very quickly. It changes many times, even in a day. And this is the problem I've been thinking about for such a long time. How to deal with this problem? This is the biggest issue in my life. But I'm not concerned as much as I used to. Ever since I came across this person who is a Japanese YouTuber, he teaches people how to lead a happy life. It comes again. Happy life. I'm using this set phrase or expression without knowing it is really true or not. Basically, what he says is just 2 or 3 things. His theory or his teaching or his preaching, I don't know how to say this, but what he teaches are very simple. What he teaches is very simple, and the main things are only 2 or 3. One is what's happening in front of you came from inside you. It sounds confusing, right? I've heard a similar thing before, and at the time I heard that if there is something in front of you, and it is also in front of others, meaning everybody is looking at the same thing, but how you look at it changes the shape or existence of the thing, meaning that, and it can be different. The thing you are looking at and others, and the same thing that others are looking at might not be the same, might not have the same shape, might not have the same atmosphere, might not have the same might not be the same. Okay, this made me confused so much because I had always thought that everybody is looking at the same scenery, if we are looking at the same scenery, but it changes actually depending on how you look at the thing, through your experiences or through your mindset. And some people can see it clearly, but some people just ignore it because this is not important to such people. But if you take it seriously, if you take something seriously, you tend to pay more attention to it. So that is why you tend to find it very, very serious. But for others who don't take it seriously, it's nothing. It's not such a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. So that is why they can ignore it. So this is happening to people who think they have big problems, a lot of big problems in their lives. And the next thing he teaches is that you have to be totally honest with your feelings. This is very, very important, and there are many people who just stop doing this, who just stop themselves from doing this. They even try not to feel their honest feelings. They put a lid on their feelings so that they cannot feel their true feelings, honest feelings. In other words, they are not honest with themselves, and they can be deceitful to themselves. Why does this thing happen? That's because we have so much information around us, right? It can be deceitful because we tend to place the importance on those information around us, not our own opinion, not our own feeling, not on our true feeling and true sense, okay? We tend to forget that we should be the best friend. You should be the best friend for yourself. You should be your best friend. This is the most important thing. This is what he says in his videos. He has as many as 100 videos, and there are many videos with different titles, but the more of his videos I watch, I realize that he basically says the same things over and over again in all of his videos. And he explains things from different perspectives. He deals with some different topics to explain his theory. I'm not really sure he's the pioneer of the theory or he actually learned it from somewhere else. I don't know, but actually that's what he teaches in his videos. And one more thing. If you find any problems happening in front of you, it was caused by you actually. How you look at things, or how you perceive things. And it doesn't mean that the cause of for example, the problem like noise or something were actually caused by you, happened by you. Yeah, it's a very outrageous idea, and it's exaggeration, but it's a message from somewhere else, like the God. I don't know, because I don't believe in God or anything like that. I'm spiritual. I'm a spiritual person, but I don't believe in any particular religion or something. But I believe in spiritual thing. And some people don't believe this kind of thing, right? Scientific people, right? Okay, I understand that. But for me, spiritual ideas are fun to know, or fun to listen to or read, whatever. I think that kind of thing exists. Okay, and where was I? The cause of the problem might have been happened by you, how you look at things, and it's a message from somewhere else, somewhere upper, I don't know, but the message is to let you know something that you have to notice at the very moment. So if you have something that you should notice, then you find some problems happening in front of you, and it can be very annoying to you, so you notice it, right? So that's why you shouldn't take it as it is. Whenever this kind of thing happens to you, like a problem, noisy sound or something that makes you annoyed, and then you should reflect on yourself whether or not you are being totally honest with you. You are taking good care of yourself. You are really looking after your true sense, your true feelings, your yourself, okay? Because people tend to forget how you are actually feeling yourself. And you have you, the same you, inside you, but you tend to forget this you, another you, and you don't take good care of this another you, and this another you, I don't know how to call it. Okay, this another you, twin you, I don't know how to call it, but you cannot deal with this person. Okay, this person suits better, and since you are not taking good care of this person is angry inside you, okay? And this is very bad. How can I say instead of saying bad? This is indignant. I don't know how to use this word actually. Indignant. And this person is angry, frustrated, okay, because this person has not been taken good care of. This person hasn't been looked after properly. But this person is actually you, okay? And if this person is angry at you, inside you, if you look at the other people, you feel frustrated. You feel frustrated about those people around you. But if you take good care of your self inside you, and if you have a good relationship with this person, you, okay, inside you, and then if you want to communicate with others, somehow you can have good relationships with those people. I cannot explain this with more fancy words. I should use the same words and expressions over and over again because I don't know how still. My vocabulary is very limited. That's what I learned from him, and I don't know how to say this, but I'm glad I listened to this from him. And now I try to feel myself inside myself, and I try to talk with myself more often, how I'm feeling. I try to ask this person, another me, how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling this way, whether or not I really like this, what I really like this, or what I really want to do, or something like that. Because this is the place everything starts about you. You know what I mean? I don't think you know what I mean because I can't explain it thoroughly. It's vague, right? It's too vague for you to understand. If you are content with yourself, things will be better around you. So that's what he says, and that's what I wanted to say also. And it was really good that I came across his videos. I think coming back to his video once in a while, because every time I think that I learned something new, something really good, something spiritual, and something, I don't know, my vocabulary is very limited, and I can't say insightful, okay. every time I came across something really insightful, it looks very refreshing, and I feel refreshed, right? But the more of the same kind of videos that the same person uploads, or I learned another word to express this situation. I forgot. Upload and any other. I forgot. I'll recall later, I hope, though. Every time I come across such very insightful videos, but the person says the same thing basically over and over again in every video. So the more of such videos I continue to watch, the more bored I begin to feel. So that is why keeping watching the same person's videos continuously for many days is not a very good idea. And I tend to forget what the person said actually, because what is inside me is much stronger and much more persistent, because I've been having this idea, a bit distorted idea, for many years, ever since I noticed it. My distorted idea, or my habit of looking at things, or my habit of feeling from others, like when I see others, I tend to examine their feelings, their facial expressions, and so forth, so that I can learn if this situation is safe enough for me, safe enough for myself. Because basically, I'm always scared. Basically, I'm timid, and I don't want to get hurt anymore. So I always I make it a rule to examine the situation thoroughly, because this is how I live. This is how I have done for many years to protect myself, so that I won't get hurt anymore. And since I have attachment disorder myself, without knowing it, I tend to get people's attention by doing something that stands out. And I do it completely. I do it without knowing it, because this tendency is persistent, and this has been inside me for many years. That's why. So that is why, no matter how impressed I was by watching those people's videos, inspirational videos, insightful videos, before I know it, my old self came back, and I always started thinking the same way. Actually, this repeated process, I have been having this repeated process for many years, but I want to make it simple. Okay, I want to make it simple, and I just want to follow only one thing, which is to take good care of myself. And when I feel sad, I try to feel the sadness to the full as much as possible for a certain amount of time. And if I try to understand my sadness the right way, properly, deeply, then sadness will go away itself. This is how feelings are. That's what he said. If you try to stop it, if you try to stop feeling sad, your sadness lingers inside you and it doesn't go away because you try not to see it yourself, right? It's not good for your feelings. That is why you still stay angry. But if you try to soothe yourself, not try to soothe yourself, but if you stand by yourself, okay, and if you try to accept your feelings as they are and without judging, then you feel better. You feel relieved because you are understood, right? And you try not to be understood by other people. It is okay for you not to try to be understood by other people. It's just okay for you to understand your feelings yourself. This is what you can do yourself, right? You don't need others. Like someone like myself who try to get people's attention tend to want to be understood by other people. But it can be difficult, right? Because others don't feel the same way as you do, right? You tend to have higher expectations toward others, but you feel frustrated because others cannot meet your expectation. So that is why it's easiest and it's quickest that you try to understand yourself so that you don't have to rely on other people. You don't have to depend on other people. You try to, like someone like me, they try to pay people's attention and they try to examine their facial expressions. That's because you want to rely on people. You want to expect people to do something that you want them to do for you. So that is why you have to examine people's feelings, people's expressions, facial expressions, because you try to examine what they're thinking, what they might be thinking, because they never know what others are thinking. They cannot see inside of their brain, right? So in order to make yourself relieved, in order to be understood by others, you have to examine others thoroughly, deeply, right? Yeah. This is the reason I always am very attentive or wary or careful. I always tend to pay attention to people around me. And this actually makes me tired, not physically, but mentally. This makes me not tired, but exhausted. Yeah, this is more precise. This makes me exhausted because I have to pay attention to many things like people's facial expressions, what they might be thinking about me. Is it safe or not for me to be here? Can others meet my expectations? Can they soothe me? Are they going to soothe me, soothe my feelings? I don't have to seek others, I don't know how to say this, others. I can get the Japanese word in my mind now, but it's similar to soothing, or I want to be soothed. Soothed? Is it okay? Soothed? Or nagasame in Japanese. I don't know how to say it. Nagasame. Compensation? No. I want to be taken good care by others. Yeah. But this is not something that is easy to be realized. So it's much better for me to soothe myself, understand myself, try not to stop my feelings. So this is what I learned from him, and I've been doing this. And he also says that you don't have to fix yourself, because you're important part of the world. Your existence means a lot. Everybody is different. It means that everybody is okay. If difference is not okay, everybody should be made the same way, the same shape, the same character, same personality, etc. Everybody has a different face, right? Everybody has different personality, which means that everybody should be different. So you are not better than someone else. You are not less than someone else. You are important, and you should be there as you are. So you try not to fix yourself, because it's totally okay. Totally okay. So instead, it's just that you should feel your feelings. You should be totally honest with yourself. And it's better for you to talk to yourself that it's okay who you are, to be who you are. And this is very encouraging to me, because sometimes people tend to wonder if it's okay for me to exist in this world. Does this mean a lot? Yeah, I've been there. I've done that. I understand that completely. But you exist here means it's okay that you exist here. That is why you exist here. Okay? How long have I been talking? 39 minutes. Okay. I think I've talked what I wanted to say already. Oh, I happen to find another very influential, inspirational person. She's from, oh my goodness, that noise came again. The noise I was talking about in my previous videos. This noise came from a house just across from my house. the younger doctor in my neighborhood, in the hospital in my neighborhood, which is located just across my house also. I mean, the house I said and local hospital, clinic are next to each other, okay? And my house is located across from them. And the noise came from the house. Noises come from the house. And the younger doctor of the clinic is living in the house, okay? And I really hope that they deal with the noise, because every time their car get out and get in to the parking lot, there's this plate made of iron causes noise. And they also have other plate made of plastic or silicone. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Silicon, I don't know which. But anyway, plastic or something. Much softer material, which doesn't cause noise. And since they are using the both plates, okay, both kinds of plates made of different materials, I just wonder why they just exchange them so that they won't cause any more noise. But according to the theory that the YouTuber I was talking about, I heard the noise just because it came from inside myself. I feel annoyed with the noise just because it is a message from somewhere to let me notice something. If I don't have that kind of problem myself to begin with, I wouldn't have noticed the noise. That's what his theory is. And this made me actually confused a bit because what kind of message is that? And in that situation, he says that you are not living yourself. You are not living living yourself. Is it okay? Living yourself fully. So you have to reflect on yourself to know whether you have been truly honest with you, or if whether or not you have been doing you really want to the fullest. If you enjoy your life to the fullest, doing something that you really want to do, he says that you are not concerned about noises, huge noises, people's annoying behaviors or some happening around you very much. And this made me a bit confused. I tend to think that if I was annoyed by the noise, it was the person who it was the fault of the person who causes the noise. But I'm confused. If it is just a message to let me know something, like whether or not I'm living my life to the fullest, it makes me feel a bit confused because I don't know what he is trying to say. Yeah, I understand he's trying to say. I understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that if you have a problem in front of you, happening in front of you, then it's a message to let you know something. So that is why I get confused. What kind of message is that? Okay, anyway, talking back to the woman I happened to find last night. She's from Myanmar, and she speaks great English, completely fluent English. And the first video of hers I happened to find was the video in which she explained how she became a fluent English speaker from zero, and what she did to be a fluent English speaker was to talk to herself all the time, just like I'm doing now. And I really wanted to know more about her. And I was quite surprised to know that although she's from Myanmar, is it okay? My pronunciation is okay. She's now living in Japan, where I live, the same country. And she's a professor teaching English. I think that's incredible. Although she's not a native English speaker, she teaches English in a university. No wonder she speaks fluent English. But how can she become an English speaker? No. I wonder how she has become such a fluent English speaker. I guess she must have spent some years studying abroad in a foreign country, English-speaking country, mainly, probably, in the US or somewhere, because she speaks very neutral English. She doesn't have any strong accent. I was inspired by her very much. She speaks very good English, and she looks really natural, authentic. And I don't know how old she is, but I guess she is still in her 30s. She looks very fresh and in a good way, and her skin is shining, her hair is shining. I'm only talking about how she looks, but her appearance represents her inner self, I guess. So that's why, although I'm only talking about her appearance, how she looks, but I'm not talking about how she looks only. I'm also talking about her spiritual self, because I can sense that she's a very spiritual person. I mean, with a good heart. She's a genuine person. She's authentic, because to me, she doesn't look like she's trying to look much better than she actually is. I admire such people, including the Korean woman I happened to find a few days back. She's also a very realistic. She's down to earth. So that is why I got interested in that person also. And I admire such people, such women, especially because I'm a woman. I'm inspired by women, very beautiful inside. I'm so happy that I was able to find her, the Myanmar woman. And she's in Japan. That's great. I really want to communicate with her. I want to be like them. I mean, down to earth person. Okay, that's about it for today. And I really hope that I can talk to you tomorrow too. And have a great day. Take good care of yourself inside you. Okay. Be the best friend of yourself. Be your best friend. I will. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.